The road to excellence and mastery requires a profound element. To leave mediocrity, you must make it your sixth sense. To excel your character beyond your imagination, you must live and breathe it. To pass any test of self-evolution, you must honor it. Integrity. With integrity, you'll have nothing to fear, since you have nothing to hide. With integrity, you'll do the right thing, so you'll never have guilt. Zig Ziglar.
Okay, welcome everybody to our Zero Gravity Friday night bronc ride. And we're gonna have a bunch of good ones out tonight. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Our thought for the day is on being honest and not making excuses. So this applies not just to riding broncs, but it just applies to life. If we're trying to make progress and get better, the first step towards that is we have to look in the mirror and tell the truth. Now, unsuccessful people have the habit of always having an alibi. Tony Robbins' favorite quote for me is, failure plus a good story does not equal success. But a lot of people wish it did, right? Instead of changing, they create a narrative that makes them feel better for their failure. And then they're stuck. Because until they tell the truth about things, they can't progress. In the bronc riding business, it's the same thing. We all have stuff to work on. You know, if our mark out is weak, that's always been a struggle for me, is pulling my feet too quick. So I got to be honest about that, or I'll never get better and keep missing horses out. If we aren't lifting right, you know, and we make excuses about that, well, we got to be honest, and we know that's our deal, and so that's our focus this practice. And we don't beat ourselves up. We just acknowledge it and be honest and say, I messed that one up because I didn't lift, or because I didn't hold my feet, or because I just didn't try hard enough. Then we can move forward and become a better bronc rider. But if we make up the story, then we're going to stay where we are. So being honest in anything, especially in this mental game, is important. Here's my favorite quote. Any excuse for non-performance, however valid, softens the character. It works as a sedative against one's own conscience. When a person makes an excuse, they try to convince themselves and others that unsatisfactory is somehow acceptable. They are perhaps unconsciously diverting attention from performance, which is the only thing that counts, to their own want for sympathy. The user is dishonest with themselves as well as with others. So we're going to make excuses, we're going to get better, we're going to tell the truth, and we're going to have fun. Thanks for joining us.
Welcome back to Veater Ranch and the Zero Gravity Cowboys. Today we're making last minute adjustments to be ready for the PRCA.
That's what 57 looks if you work out, right?
Wow.
Okay, we have first a bareback rider, and this is Mitchell Parham, and I call him Mitchell. Say Mitch? Okay, whatever. I give him respect by saying his full name. Okay, so Mitchell's riding Boots, and so Boots is a horse I've had for years. I bought him out of a contractor, Dave Hogan in Idaho. He's been a real dependable horse. He just has a lot of attitude, and he's been better in the rigging lately than the bronc riding. So Mitchell's, made a good ride on him before. This ought to be just classic bareback riding style. And so that's where we're gonna go first. It should be great. So you're seeing a college champ really put on a clinic of how to ride bareback horses. It's gonna be fun.
Okay, I could have loosened up my rig, take a little jerk out of it. Try him next time. Good horse though.
This is going to be Tyler getting on white. He's in high school. He wants to be an astronaut. I don't think he can do it. Tonight he's a bronc rider though. And he's going to spur this sucker. He's going to mark him out for 2 and stay underneath his rein. Get him standing a little bit better.
Oh shit, guy. You missed?
Get under your rein!
Did the flank fold up on you? Make sure you only have 2 rings and kind of.
Oh.
Yeah, it just knotted up on me. As soon as I went to pull, he went forward. And
Go ahead.
Strong.
That was a really good ride. You know, Eric's a talent. That kid's in, you know, he's in high school and he rides like he was a PRCA veteran. So I'm very proud of him. That mare I've had for years. She also came from Idaho, from Dave Hogan. Pirate is her name. She was his feature horse up there, just a real solid, consistent bronc. And, you know, she has her days like athletes do, some better than others, but she always bucks. And she's got a baby in her, so we're gonna get a pirate baby. I'm excited about that.
I flanked her, said she'd be super good today.
We want to thank Orange Pistol for being a corporate sponsor here of Zero Gravity Veater Ranch bronc ridings. He has wonderful products. He's from Texas, to help us heal quicker and to keep us healthy as we're riding and recovering from inevitable injuries. You know, in rodeo, it's not if you're going to get hurt, it's when and how bad. It just happens in this sport. So this is a very important recovery tool for us. He has phenomenal pure products. So please look at his website and let's support Orange Pistol.
So this is going to be Reed Neely, 2019 Circuit Finals average champion. Just came back from Dodge National Circuit Finals, getting on Cole, one of his old practice horses. Should just be another day at the office. Cole's gonna Reed is gonna lightly caress Cole's neck with his spurs in a massageable way, and I think both rider and horse will thoroughly enjoy this.
That Markel, man.
Man, I wish I could have held it, but I was afraid he's going to roll into that post. Oh, stirrups feel good and everything.
Aren't you glad you one right there? Because on that horse, if anything, they're going to feel short. And
Exactly. They felt great on him.
Yeah, that would look different.
So, you know, Reed just put on a clinic. You know, he lifted right, he kept his elbow in, he set his feet, and his body position was perfect. I mean, that's bronc riding 101 right there. So that was and that old horse Cole, you know, again, he's a sour saddle horse. He just decided he wanted to be a bronc and stay a bronc. When we feed him out in the field, he follows me around and like mugs all over me, wants to be petted. So it's not disposition that makes a horse buck. They just got to want to buck. I've got horses that will come up to me in the field and love all over me, and horses you can't get anywhere near, and it's not indicative of how they're going to buck. Just like people, they have different personalities. They do this because they want to do this.
Fierce fuck.
Badass, and just let go of your saddle.
Too short or too long?
The rein felt good.
That was fun.
Yeah, pickup man. I mean, white man. Dang it, man. Well, you know, you can't get them all, right? That's something that kind of is eye-opening for me. My girlfriend tells me that all the time, you know, make excuses for stuff, and I definitely fall short of that. So I think it's just, I have like work and stuff, you know, I just want to rodeo and just have my mind only on that. And you know, I got to finish school, and I got to help my family through harvest and stuff. So once I make it through that, I'll be fine. It's just I let it get to me, and I shouldn't. Just be positive in the sport, my family, and my environment that I have up here, and just absorb that all in. And everything that George said was very accurate.
We have this little stud horse that we're putting in the rigging, California Toddy, and you know, he's been good in the bronc riding, but he's got to kind of flat spinning at this, you know, end of the ride. So we're hopeful that with a bareback rider, he will kind of just stay straight because he won't have anything on his head that he wants to come around for. So we put these horses back and forth in the rigging, and we're gonna try him in the rigging tonight. Last time he was really good for the bareback rider, so hopefully this will fit. And Eric's riding really good, so he should keep getting picked up, and this ought to be fun to watch. Look at that, nice, 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 go, nice, nice. That was good. Body likes the ribbon ride. Rue, good job.
Guys, thanks. You know, I woke up early this morning.
This rider here is George Veater. A lot of people know him as Daddy George.
Yeah, 4 kids.
Strictly because he's got a few biological kids. He's got about 25 of us adopted children. That you know, you can't see the resemblance, but I have hair and he doesn't. But he rides just as good, and that's why we're friends. That, and he has free motivation.
There, guys?
You want another?
You know what? I want another hole in my back cinch because that's feeling kind of rock and rolly. Yeah. All right, let's go, boys. You know, she had a nice hopping trip for me, which I was hoping for. And I really like that saddle. I'm gonna go ahead and take up my front binds a little bit because
I'm never gonna get that tail back.
that look all right.
Yeah, I like really good.
Anyway, so that's just what I wanted tonight. I wanted to make sure that felt good. I'll bring my front binds up a little bit because I didn't have much, you know. And when I get on Domino, she's got a lot more of this. And that was just what I wanted tonight. We got these kids all in too, so it was fun. Grateful to be in this sport. Tara, Chloe, Cameron, and Courtney, my Michigan group.
Well, thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to comment and like and subscribe. And you guys know our Instagram, so if you have any questions about bronc riding or anything of that sort, feel free to reach out to us and follow us, get our personalities and all that. And we'll see you next time.